Right, so before we get into this video, I'd like to make it clear right now that this video is entirely my opinion. And because of that reason, it means I am entitled to it, but it does not by any means mean that I'm right. So with that big old disclaimer out of the way, how about we get into the video? So on the 20th of March in 2018, Xbox and Rare released a new game to the world. Although the original release date that was intended for this game was the 16th of December 2016. Although this game was delayed for a number of reasons and eventually seen its way out into the public on the 20th of March. And that game didn't exactly drop as intended. There was many months and years of build-up which led to, unfortunately, a bit of a dismal release. Now, this is not any hate directed towards Rare or Sea of Thieves. In fact, if you're a long-term viewer, you already know that I'm a partner. But nevertheless, when the game released, it didn't exactly do as well as everyone would have thought. Now, the main reason behind this was because the game was void of content. The only things you could really do was spend your time leveling up reputation in different factions, defeating skull forts, and on a very, very rare occasion, fighting a kraken. Unfortunately, leading it to be classed as one of 2018's biggest flops. This prompted a fair amount of people hyped for the release, leaving the game pretty quickly. For the next 12 months though, the game would occasionally see spikes from new and returning players because of the content they added. Although all of this was good, many people argued it wasn't worth the money they originally spent to play the game. Whether or not they were right, who knows, that's their opinion, we can't really comment on that, but either way it shows there was a large disinterest within the gaming community, and that's never good for any game. And this continual spike of players went on for 12 months. Until 2019. Around a year after its release, Rare dropped the Anniversary Edition. Now this was a free overhaul of the game, adding on to the existing content we had with more factions, more game modes, more things to do, and a story mode, leading to possibly the best acclaim it's ever had since its release. We even found some of the places and some of the people that originally criticized the game for its lack of content praised it, and some even calling it the best game of 2019. We even found that old original players that left the game due to the lack of content came back and became avid fans of the series, presumably feeling as if what they had now was what they originally wanted. And this, by all accounts, was a win. The sales were up, people were talking about the game, the views were up, hell, I could even account for that, the biggest growth my channel had was in that period, and the interest of the game reached what seemed like an all-time high. And ever since then, the game has been slowly gaining more traction. Throughout the rest of the year, they released periodic monthly content that would add new features into the game and seen similar spikes to what they seen during the first year. And then we fast forward to 2020. News broke that Sea of Thieves was coming to Steam at long last, signaling that there was no end in sight and the game was on a roll. Then following that, the announcement was released of a new faction, which is presumably the last faction we'll see in the game. All this simultaneously turning what was once considered a dead flop game into the biggest independent title of this generation. So how did that happen? How did Rare manage to bring back many angered fans and turn what was once considered a dead game into a massive one? And to answer that question lies within something that I believe every single gaming company on the entire planet can learn from. And that was two things in my opinion. First of all, it was listening to the audience. Not just listening to the people that praised them for everything they'd done, but also listening to the people that stood against the game and belittled it as much as they could. And second of all, continuously releasing free content for everyone to play. And not just content once a year, every single month. 4 weeks. More content would be released for absolutely no cost. Game changes would be made, and the game would continuously adapt and grow and turn into an ever-evolving game. Not to say the game was flawless, because nothing's ever flawless. But it was definitely good enough to change the public opinion, and that's not something many companies can do. And here we are approaching the halfway point of its second year of release, and the game is still alive and thriving. And this was done because of the communication and the effort that was made to improve the general experience. So what can gaming companies learn from Rare? Listen to everyone's voice and continuously do the best you can to add free content. And maybe one day it will turn what is once considered a dead game into the biggest game of this generation. Now, all this is my opinion and my opinion only. I'm speaking on behalf of me, but if you have a different one, post it down in the comment section below. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed this video or learned something new. If you'd like to support my channel and the work that I create, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell just below this video. Alternatively, feel free to leave a like and leave a comment to show your support. I try my best to read every single comment. If you head down to the description of this video, you're going to find a few links that may interest you. First of all, I have a Discord link. If you'd like to join my community, feel free to click on that and make yourself at home. I also have my Twitch, Twitter and Instagram linked down below if you'd like to support me there. And finally, there is also a Patreon link if you are interested. So anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed this video and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.